Hello, and welcome to another episode of Doses of Moses. So for today's 2-month video, thank you guys for supporting my channel for 2 months. Thank you for my subscribers that I have. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for new subscribers, old subscribers. Thank you. That was awesome. So the reason I'm wearing a wig today is because for my 2-month video, I am gonna talk conspiracy theories, which scares the shit out of me, but hey, we're gonna do it. So with that being said, I'm gonna be talking about 3 things. Where did they original? I can't even talk. Okay, I'm just gonna be talking about 3 conspiracy theories that they popped in my head and I was like, what the hell? I've never thought about that, but now I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to go ahead and use this video, my 2-month video, to talk about that. And like always, I hope you like it. I hope you subscribe if you do. And even if you don't, go ahead and just continue to watch it. Go ahead and give me a view. Thank you. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, I believe, down there, but I'm usually wrong, so it might be over there. Yeah, let's get this ball rolling. Let's do it. Okay, so the first conspiracy theory we're going to be working on is, how was tag invented? I mean, we all seem to know this game, but we don't seem to know where it came from, how it came. It was just implemented in our head. We somehow knew how to play. So for the first person I'm going to ask how they learned how to play the game, it's going to be Rayline. So, really? Anyways, do you know how to play tag?
Yes.
Who taught you how to play?
Ew, Isaac, I look fat.
Oh my god, that's not important. Who taught you how to play?
I don't know.
Did you just always know how to play?
No, you gotta learn somewhere.
But where'd you learn from?
The kids on the park.
Where'd
you.
they learn from?
I don't know. Their parents.
Look at the camera, not me.
Why?
What about hide and seek?
I don't know. From someone. But from who?
The government's trying to shut me down because they ended that video, but it's okay because we are recording still. We are live. Now tell me, where'd you learn how to play hide and seek?
From someone else.
And where was that?
What do you mean?
Where did that person learn it from? How did these people know it, or was it already in your head?
How would it already be in your head?
Because this is what I'm trying to get to, folks. Hide and seek, tag, like the origins, like we have no idea where they came from. So I'm gonna do a quick web search and we're gonna come back and see where they came from. Because obviously she doesn't even know how she already knew how to play tag and how she already knew how to play hide and go seek when she was never taught. And those kids that did teach her, where the hell were they taught?
Wait, we'll see right now.
Question. How did you know how to play tag growing up? Did you already know it or were you taught?
You brought this.
I don't know. I think I just watched everybody and did what they did. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was like, or maybe I just wanted to be like,
What about hide and go seek?
Well, it's easy. You just hide.
But how did you learn that?
I just hid.
It was already in your head, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm doing a conspiracy theory of trying to find out how all these things are already implemented in their heads.
Dude, you're too smart for me, yo.
No, because for some reason all of us already know like the hide and go seek tag, and yet we don't know how it was already in our head. We say that other kids started it, but
It's right there.
They started it, but
but
then
where did those kids start it?
they looked at other kids.
And those kids?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Good question.
You just automatically it was already in your head.
Yeah.
That's because you're programmed.
Oh, okay. Did you answer the question?
No, he never asked me.
Oh.
I'm going around getting my surgery away.
Okay, now tell us something.
No, do you know how to play tag?
Yes,
Who taught you?
my friends.
Your friends taught you? Do you know who taught them?
No.
You just already knew, and they already knew?
Yeah.
Do you know how to play hide and go seek?
No.
You know how to play hide and go seek?
Yes.
Who taught you how to play hide and go seek?
What? Porky.
Porky?
Yeah.
How did Porky know how?
I don't know.
So she just knew?
Yeah.
How old are you?
10.
Tell the camera you're 10. So you just do you know how to count the bubble gum and all that?
The bubble gum.
Like how you're trying to see who's it. Do you know how to do that game?
No.
Sorry, America. But as you can see, he doesn't know where he learned tag. Well, he learned tag, but from another person, and that person doesn't even know where they learned that from. So after doing a quick web search, we looked at the game tag, as you can see right there, and tag, also called touch or tig, children's game in which, in simplest form, the player who is it chases the other players trying to touch one of them, therefore making that person it. The game is known by many names such as Leprosy in Romania and Kignito in parts of modern Greece. In some variants, the children pretended that the touch carries some type of contagion. Plague in Italy, leprosy in Madagascar, fleas in spring, or allergy fever in Great Britain. And other methods of achieving immunity from touch is described as by touching wood, iron, or specified color, or assuming a particular position. Blah 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 blah. Da 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 da. And it further says that there is no origin of where this game came from, besides the fact that it came from Greece, where where all the witches are. I mean, I think they're from there, or the vampires, or. Can you stop making this wobble? Can you focus, please?
I can. My arms only go a certain length.
You're too short.
I know.
So, as you can see, like, this all started from Greece, Romania, but yet, for somehow, it just magically got across all the world for all of us to know. And back in the... Oh, sorry about that glare. And back in the day, they literally thought that that was... You're trying to present yourself from getting leprosy or some type of disease. Like... Come on now. So it was implemented in our heads for us to not get leprosy or something like that. Coincidence? I think not. I think we were all programmed in some type of way to already know the game tag, already know the game hide and seek, and yet we don't know how we learned it or where we learned it from. We just automatically knew it.
You say programmed?
Yes, I said programmed. Why?
Because I'm reading this book in class, but I can't remember what it's called. Something with new world, new...
T.
And they talk about in the book, I wasn't paying any attention in class when we were talking about it. But it talks about them, like, programming your brain. And it's, like, somewhere out in the north. New world. Let me go get it. So I can tell you.
Well, we have a lead on this conspiracy theory. Okay, so when I looked up the game hide and seek, because that's another game that somehow we know, but we don't understand where it came from, how we know it, and where it originated from or nothing. So as I looked it up, let me see if I can focus that. There you go. It says that it is believed that the game hide and seek originated from a Greek game called Apotaraskinda. It was described for the first time by the 2nd century Greek writer Julius Pollux, but it is impossible to determine its exact origin. The game of, how you pronounce that, is the earliest known example of hide and seek. So basically, this is another game that we don't know where it came from, but they were saying that it came from Greek, and we're just assuming that it was already, again, in our heads, but yet we don't know how it came there. So, I mean, this is so far 2 games that, or even any other game like not hiding and seek, what's it called? Freeze tag, tunnel tag. All these games that we know as kids are somehow already in our heads of how we know, like, how to play them. But yet, when I went to go ask people, how did you know how to play this game? They've all come up with the same thing of they don't know how. They don't know where it came from. They just, like, automatically know how to play, which begins the question, were we already, like, programmed from the beginning of our childhood to know how to play these things? And for what reason did we need to learn about tag from, like, when I get is like, okay, if a kid has disease, okay, you gotta run from tag, you're at by. So you're spreading the disease to kill someone. I mean, not necessarily kill someone, but, you're just giving them the disease, which I guess could kill them, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if I would go as far with that or not, but initially, it just, I mean, come on. Okay, and on further record with these videos, I've also really come to the realization that somehow I already knew how to, like, do the counting part of the game. So, for instance, like, bubblegum in a dish, how many pieces do you wish? I wish however many, and I never particularly knew where I learned that from. I just learned from the other kids, and when, like, asking other people, like, how did you know where these things came from, they said, I just knew. Like, I saw the other kids, and they already knew, so I just assumed that, it just happened, which, in my mind, yeah, I mean, I guess we're supposedly it's natural instinct or anything, but it just doesn't make sense to have already known how to do bubblegum in a dish or Tarzan the monkey man swinging from a rubber band, he slips, he falls, he breaks his mighty balls. What color was the blood? I never knew that, and I asked my friends, like, how did you know that? This is back in the day, like, I asked, well, I didn't ask them back in the day, but, like, thinking back to it, we just automatically assume, like, okay, we already know this, so we automatically don't think anything of it. But how is it that we already know that? It just, I mean... Okay, so this is gonna bring me to my third and final conspiracy theory. So joining me for this one is gonna be the return. That wasn't stolen, but the return of Desire. You know, 2 months later, she's back in the video. So basically, we're gonna be talking about cartoons that I grew up on that she actually likes, and I'm using her for this part of the segment because me being in my mid-20s and her being a teenager, the gap is big enough to make the assumption. And so basically with cartoons, I feel that we're subliminally messaged to, like, they help with us, the kids that commit suicide and whatnot. And what I mean by that is, like, so, like, Tom and Jerry, for instance, we praise, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my 90s cartoons, they're the best, I love them, they're great, they're fantastic, so I don't think this applies to everyone, but they do definitely apply to, like, some people, in the sense that, so, like, for Tom and Jerry, we praise this cat and this mouse that are constantly, like, hitting each other, and they're doing things that are gonna hurt the other person and initially inflict pain. But as kids, we think it's funny. But if a human did that to another human, I mean, you're going to jail, you're doing this, that, and the other. So it's just interesting how with a cartoon, I mean, I know it's a cartoon, but a lot of these actions that happen in these cartoons are being played out in real life. You don't have to go, like, you don't have to pause on me, you can talk about it.
Oh, okay. But, like, yeah, like, in Tom and Jerry, they're always, like, whacking each other on the head. What's that thing called for, like, you hit it, like, at the fair, and, like, it goes...
Oh, a sledgehammer.
Yeah, the sledgehammer.
Yeah, and it's not just Tom and Jerry. There's also, I mean, I know, like, there's a lot of subliminal messages behind a lot of these cartoons, and majority of us either, like, you notice it and we just don't say anything, but like I said, this isn't a hate on cartoons. It's just that I feel that there's a lot of behind the scenes that go into these things that, like, they put things in our head that we wouldn't know that are there, and when we realize it, there's certain... Okay, so for the second cartoon that we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna let her take it, so...
Just like SpongeBob, like, when they say, I'm Dirty Dan, okay, I need you to do the rest, because I don't really know that scene. Or, like, Doodle Ball, when they're, like, throwing, like those bowling pins at him.
Bowling ball.
Bowling ball, oops.
And where she's referring to the Dirty Dan, and I'm Dirty Dan, no, I'm Dirty Dan, when Sandy's hibernating for the part, and SpongeBob and Patrick are beating each other with a shovel and then a baseball bat that has a nail in it, and they're hitting each other, and yet they're not dying, but obviously in real life, these are things that are going to kill us, so we're making it seem like it's okay for you to do that to someone, and they're not going to die, where it's subliminally, like, I don't know if it's subliminally or not, but I mean, it is a theory that these things, these cartoons and these things that we're watching are putting things in your head. Like I said, this is just a theory. It's not, I mean, don't come for me. Don't try to say, oh, well, it's his fault, because I take no responsibility for any actions, shapes, or form for this video. This is all just conspiracy theory. This is my thoughts. I should have said that. That is a disclaimer. So... yeah, and it's not just SpongeBob, it's not just Tom and Jerry, it's like a lot of these cartoons. Yeah, those are just to name two of the top twos that came to mind. So, like I said, disclaimer, don't come for me, okay?
We've snatched.
Alright, so that's all I got for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Of course I did. I'm in it.
Anyways, thank you again. I hope to get another video out soon. I hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, because St. Patrick is coming up. Yeah, there's blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. TTYL.